Right now I'm putting together Bambi's kidding video, and I'm going to include like a little outline for you guys because there's a lot of information. I'm going to start out with shaving Bambi for her pre-kidding, getting ready time and giving her her CDT shot. Then I'm going to show you guys how her udder developed over time. And then I'm going to show you some fun moments of false labor because Bambi really had false labor. She also almost was prolapsing her back end a little bit. So I'm going to include that for educational purposes. I'm also going to include some pictures of what I kept thinking were mucus plugs, but we're not. So this goop you'll see, I'll include at least one picture, was not her mucus plug. And I'll try to put some timestamps on some of the pictures, and then I'm going to show you guys a breaking point I almost had, thinking that she was kidding, and she didn't. I probably had about 6 of those moments. She was in heat every single month, so I think that was part of the behavior, was actually that she was in heat. And then I'm going to show you guys her kidding. I'm gonna get her some snacks and then get this started. But you can see, this is all her udder right here. So here's her little udder. You can really see it now. And I got all the hair on here that could get stuck with gunk. Her tail, so it already had a little gunk, so I can tell even got a little bit of this hair just in case. And you can see it really well now. And that's the baby side. So this was not her mucus plug, this was just a typical day of what she would look like. Are you actually in labor? If you are doing this and you don't go into labor right this minute, I have a 3-minute long video of this mouse while I waited to figure out if Bambi was actually having contractions or not. Anyway, it tells you how loopy you get sitting there just staring at your goat after a while. I believe at some point I named it, but I forgot what the name was. And this was probably about midnight. So I was kind of ready to go to bed, and I tried to befriend this thing. I asked Bambi if this was like, you know, like her buddy, like if she knows this mouse and if they get along. So she actually did not go into labor that night. So I sat there filming this mouse for nothing really. I think we're having contractions. You can see I've gone over here to look at her udder, and she is now facing me again. We'll never know what she looks like. I gotta run. So she's pretty tight. That is not a mucus plug. Every day it looks like she loses her mucus plug, but she has not. Her udder is so tight. Every day I think her udder can't grow anymore. It's kind of shiny. I think something might be going on. I really don't. She's looking a little lumpy. But she's doing this thing. She's just standing and kind of like, she's just stepping. I don't know if this is it or not. So it is 6:08. We've just finished feeding all the other goats. It looks like Bambi is really starting to have contractions because she's fooled me several times, but this looks very special. She's weird, so it's hard to say. But she's been acting real funny all day. So it is 8:18 and she is starting to have some lip up pushes. It's beautiful. So right now she's doing a head pressing behavior that they do when they're in pain. It's often done during labor. And here's Indigo providing some ambient noise for us. Some nice ASMR goat drinking. And Peachy trying to figure out if she drinks water from the water he drops. And there's Shamrock and her triplets. Cowgirl, Buckaroo Boots, and Fable. It's just funny, as I'm waiting for Bambi to have her kids, I've realized that I don't think that Indigo and Peachy quite understand how to drink water yet. So they're literally learning how to drink water as I am sitting there. Oh, there we go. He doesn't know how to drink yet. She's like, wow, what is in this? He's acting so excited. I don't know if she knows how to drink either. She's pretending to eat.
Hello, guys.
If Shamrock were doing those big lip up pushes and hadn't progressed like Bambi kind of is like, seems almost like she's stalling here, I probably would have gone in, but Bambi was not kind of doing the thing where she puts her whole body into it. She wasn't putting every ounce of her being into it. She was still kind of like doing the lip up, but it didn't look quite like a true push. It was like before that. She seemed really, really close at this point. And try to have them standing up.
You don't need to fight it. That's a baby. It's okay.
Shamrock's buckling fable is being a typical little naughty buckling right here. I do think she might have been giving off some hormones that smell nice to him. He and his brother Buckaroo are both like early bloomers. So I think they're picking up on some hormonal changes, and she is not having it. Oh, she's just mouthing him. She's like, I don't know if I want these. I don't know if I want more of these things around me. Oh. I think Shamrock realizes it's time to control her children and comes over. I flipped the video here because I thought it might be a little easier to see. Something's coming, I think. Oh, it's more goo or what? You can kind of tell if there's a kid that's about ready to come out because you can see the pressure in the vulva. Sometimes you can kind of see it up by their butt, you know, like you'll see kind of like, you can tell something's coming out by the pressure in the movement. Yep. Nope. What is that? 2 at once? Okay. 2 at once. Alright. Yeah, appears to be. Alright. Alright, so I got a boy and I got a girl. So they're like coming at the same time. So she did an amazing job.
Oh, look at these guys.
I know. Thankfully, both kids were coming head first, feet forward, just like they're supposed to. So I didn't really have to do anything when I assisted much. I just sort of got that one out as quickly as I could because I think it happened to be in the lead. And then immediately the other one slid right out. And just as I was taking a break, drying those others off, a third one starts to come out, which is a big surprise.
They're like, there's our cousins. You think that's placenta?
I don't know. It's got veins to it. So I don't know. That's a kid.
It's a kid.
If you look at the baby goat, he's actually coming upside down. His head is upside down. And I'm not quite sure the orientation of his feet, but she pushed him out and he righted himself as he was hitting the ground. He kind of twisted his body. Funny, but she's doing it. Oh, she's having a rectal prolapse. So I just gently put the prolapse back in, the rectal prolapse. So boy, girl, I think is the order here. Yeah. So that was amazing. So here's the girl. She's got a funny ear thing going on. No waddles. I think she's gonna have brown eyes. I think, I'm not entirely sure. Try to get her warm. And those are the boys. I know he's got waddles, and the funny thing is he looks like Shamrock. And I think so he's the only one with waddles. She's getting up and at him now that I got her warmed up.
Pardon?
Working on this little guy. Blue eyes or not? What do you think?
Yes.
Brown? Blue? I think blue. Blue. Beautiful blue-eyed boy. All right, work on this little guy.
All right, I got
Definitely blue-eyed waddles. Only one with waddles.
So I'm gonna have to let you go.
Cute. perfectly for him. Right there, buddy. It's not close. Good. Alright, so I dipped all their cords, trimmed their cords a little bit because it's a little too long. Shamrock is really, really good about doing that and getting them looking good, but Bambi doesn't quite know what to do. She's kind of stepping on them here and there, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. I clean the stall, so it's nice in here for them. But they're doing good. That's the girl by her head. That's the boy trying to nurse to kind of between her legs there. And then that's the other boy actually successfully drinking. I thought about keeping this little guy, but I decided against it because he's a little nervous, and I don't really want to keep a goat that isn't very calm as a buck. She finally laid down. She didn't crush anybody, so yay. The girl looks like she's gonna be nice and long. I think that's what Bambi is too, like she's really long, so it looks like she only had like 2 or 1 in her. So she's got a big body, whereas like Shamrock was a hippopotamus. Oh, there you guys. And Fable over here was trying to like lick them off as I was putting them by Bambi's face over here last night. For the first few days, Bambi's kids were just obsessed with sleeping underneath her wherever she was, and she had a problem with stepping on her kids, so that really did not help them, and it made me worry a lot. Sired 6 babies so far this year, but he could indirectly have sired some of Pumpkin's babies because Blizzard is due in July, and that's from his son, so he might indirectly. I will give him partial credit for any kids we get out of Blizzard through Pumpkin. And then this guy, so you gotta beat 6, okay? Got 2 girls pregnant as well, so we'll see what Reba and Flora have. Maybe Flora will have 4 and Reba will have 2. Or maybe he'll beat him. So we gotta fight for who's Big Daddy this year, alright? Yeah? I'll give you credit. No matter how many Blizzard has, I'll just say you won. So that'll be like 7 this year from you, if she has any. Well, she will. I'll give you 1 of them. If she has like 5 or something, then I'll give you credit for 2 through Pumpkin. But he doesn't have a son yet, so it's all on his shoulders to be Big Daddy. That's right.